Commissioner Baidoon has requested an excuse. Commissioner Palomero.
Here.
Chair Marecki,
Here.
you have a quorum present.
Okay, thank you. Next item.
B, Chairwoman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approve the November 7th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Okay, we have an approval and support. Any questions, changes? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Okay, motion passes. And I am not sick. Just want y'all to know. It's a cough that will not go away. Next item.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Okay, next item.
Item 1, under new business, forwarding a report on all funds collected and expended from various Wayne County Park-related events.
Okay. You know what? Why don't we do everything at the end? And I think the first 5 are all receiving files. So any questions on this, this chart here? Okay, next item.
Item 2, forwarding report related to expiring allocated undistributed Community Commission District Park millage funds.
Okay, and there are actually no expired and undistributed Commission District Park funds, so that's good news. Any questions? Next item.
Item 3, forwarding a copy of maps that display the current conditions of roads.
All right. We have this map. A little hard to read, but it's there. Questions? Next item.
Item 4, forwarding the October 2023 report of all complaint calls made to 1-888 road crew.
It's for October. Questions? All right, next item.
Item 5, forwarding the fiscal year 2023 through 24 maintenance and repair schedule for primary and secondary roads.
Okay, is Steve here?
Yes.
Steve, why don't you come up and tell us all the good news you guys have been doing since we're on this item. We're all very thankful
Good
for everything
morning,
you do.
Steve
Good morning.
Shea, Division Director of Roads Maintenance. So last year, just to kind of, and this year, last year we had 151 lane miles, which was a new record. This year we did 180 lane miles and we really broke the record again. Thankful for our guys. They really did an excellent job in trying to follow our 10-year asset management plan, which is basically to save our roads.
Yeah.
Again, in 2024, we don't have the final list made yet, Commissioners. So usually wait till the end of the winter. So to add more, but we already have an established list of some of the roads that are going to be looked at.
Okay.
So, but once the winter season finishes, we add more roads because we'll do an inspection of the existing pavement to see if it deteriorated any or maybe it needs to be added to the list.
Okay. Before you did 2 years ago, before you did the 160 miles, do you remember what you did? Like
87.4.
Oh, wow.
And then the year before that, I think it was right around 50.
Wow.
Right.
So great job.
Thank you.
I mean, you've done great work. Anybody have any questions? Yeah,
Thank you,
this is
Commissioner.
great. Yeah, thanks, Stephen. Thank your whole group. They've done a great job. Okay, next item.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of retroactive modification to a 2-year comparable source contract with a 2-year option to renew with Elite Fire Safety to continue providing building, fire system operation testing, reporting, servicing, and training for various county locations.
Well, thank you for just coming up.
Absolutely. Good morning. everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Please introduce yourselves.
Sure. Gregory Hurst, Director of Facilities Management and Planning.
Okay,
Daryl Jones, Director of Facility Management.
and go ahead.
So briefly, Elite Fire Safety handles our fire service panels, fire safety inspections for the county. We, as a department, approached the renewal as far back as I believe it was March of 2023. We did have to pull the item briefly to add a couple buildings, and it's just been the timeline since then that is finally we've now got this in front of the commission.
Okay, and you're adding 9 or 10 more
10 more
locations to
locations.
this?
Correct.
And then are you going out for bid after the jails close? Is that what I thought I read?
And you're referring to necessarily the additional buildings that we will have. That's already been incorporated within the contract. Of
The new buildings
That-
have?
that's
Oh,
correct.
okay.
So this should take us to 2025.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then will that go, and how come this is a comparable source? Do you know?
Well, primarily is the existing contract that we have with them, Commissioner, is based
Okay.
on their time limits of necessarily securing everything through the jails. The process of everybody's in their window of inspection. And that was the process that we had to actually keep in order to move forward,
Okay,
which is an annual event. Once we necessarily change the contracts necessarily to comply with necessarily the time limits, then we should be okay from that point.
okay, so in 25, you might be going out for
That is
bid on
potential.
that?
Yeah,
Okay.
and usually we do it at statewide, countywide,
Yeah.
that we try to get the blankets on the countywide contracts.
Sounds good. All
Yeah.
right, thank you. Any questions on this? Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Next item.
Item 7, requesting commission approval of a public assistance grant agreement with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency to repair and restore 18 catch basins that were damaged by the June 25th and 26th, 2021 weather events.
Okay, this is almost 73,000 and this is a FEMA public assistance grant for what the clerk just read out. Any questions on this? Next item.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with a 2-year option to renew with the W.W. Williams Company LLC for corrective and preventative maintenance and repair for the county's fleet of medium-duty trucks.
Okay, this is $1,400,000 contract. Act 51 money. Questions? Keep them running. Okay, next item.
Item 9, requesting commission approval of a 1-year construction contract with the 2-year option to renew with MK Construction Co. for the removal and replacement of the Hawthorne pedestrian bridge over the middle branch of the Rouge River, 2,500 feet south of Hines Drive and Ann Arbor Trail intersection in the city of Westland.
Okay, this is in Westland. Elizabeth, are you here for this? Why don't you just tell us something about it and the timeline?
Elizabeth Isler, Chief of Planning, Wayne County Parks. So this is a bridge that was closed a couple years ago due to safety concerns. And once it was closed, we realized we knew it was important, but then we really knew to realize it was important. We heard a lot about it and people needed it because that is a much quicker way to get to Hines from the south side of the river in Westland. So we already have the construction oversight contract that went through with OHM a few weeks ago, and this is the contract for the contractors to replace the bridge. So it's primarily a pedestrian bike bridge. It is going to be rated for emergency vehicles because it is it's hard to get to it once you cross the river. So we want to make sure if something happens, people can get over there or a maintenance truck can get over there.
Okay, so will this be started in the spring?
They could potentially start in the winter.
Okay.
Could be doing some clearing. They could remove the bridge now, or the one that's there. So I think they could do some work now. I mean, it all just depends on if it stays like this, maybe not, but
Okay, great.
Yep.
Well, Commissioner Anderson will be happy about this.
yes, I'm
Any,
sure.
go ahead. Yeah.
Have lights? No, we still are kind of going with the dawn to dusk, format for our park system. So, I mean, technically our park is closed then, so it wouldn't have lights on it. Not yet, or not as of now. Yeah,
It's one chance to make things look better than the past.
sure.
Build something for the future.
Right. Yeah. I mean, no, we can consider it. This one's kind of it's across from Nankin Mills, and then it's going kind of into the woods. So it's not more of a gateway kind of entrance bridge, but I certainly think, your thoughts on doing that are, that makes a lot of sense.
It's almost like a decorative kind of bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. So when it is, for sure, we'll think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Awesome. All right, thanks, Elizabeth.
Sure.
Okay, next item.
Item 10, requesting commission approval of a contract with the Michigan Department of Transportation for road improvements along Baseline Road from Wood Creek Boulevard to Orchard Hill Place in the city of Novi.
Okay, who's here for this? Oh, yay. It's a long time coming. Morning. Just hit it so it's great.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Madam Chair. Alan Coe, I'm the Assistant Division Director of Engineering.
So when is this going to start?
Okay. First, I just want to explain that this road is resurfacing Baseline from Wood Creek Boulevard to Orchard Hill Place, and it's about 0.84 miles. And it will start this coming spring, 2024, and it's going to be completed in fall of 2024.
Fall of 2024, okay. Alan, is there any plans to go even further west on that road? Or-
Based
Go ahead.
based
I
on
mean,
the
not right now. I don't mean now, but in the future.
there is no plan right now because based on the assessment of the road, this is the total length that needs to be replaced.
Okay.
But we can evaluate it in after next year.
Okay, this is great. And there's going to be two real happy Oakland County commissioners that are calling constantly on this. So this is really good news. So thank you.
Okay.
Any questions? And I drove that yesterday and it really seems to be getting worse. So this is good news. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next item.
Item 11, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Livonia for improvements to Farmington Road from Orange Lawn to Plymouth Road.
Okay, this is the IGA for Livonia. This work's been done already, which is awesome. Next item.
Item 12, requesting commission approval of an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Livonia for improvements to Wayne Road from Joy Road to Plymouth Road.
Okay, this is also great news. These roads were in bad shape. Any questions on this? Yep. Okay.
Agenda from item 1 to
Oh, your mic.
12.
from item 1 to 12.
Okay, thank you. And the first 5 are receiving file.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Support. Joy was going to do it.
He hesitated,
Okay.
to support because it's some of the important project in your area. It's how to get on the chairperson's skin sometimes.
Yeah. Okay, so any questions or comments before we vote? All right, Madam Clerk, could you call the roll for the vote?
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Hattis,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero.
Yes.
Chair Mareki.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, thank you. Next item.
F, such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
I've heard of none. Next
G,
item.
public comments.
All right, anyone from the chambers here that would like to address the committee? Anyone on Zoom or on the phone that would like to address the Committee on Public Services? 2 minutes. Do we have any emails, Madam Clerk?
No emails were received.
Okay. All right, I see no one. Okay, next item.
Adjournment.
All right. We have an approval and support to adjourn.